Why don't I have a godly woman? The answer is simple. It's either because you're not the man you're supposed to be, the man that God has called you to be, or it's because you're looking in the wrong places. Today we're going to talk about discernment. Why is discernment so important? Because we're not here to date casually. We're here to date for marriage. We're here to date for eternity. God made us for love. So why would we distort that? Why would we spit in God's face and just casually date His perfectly created daughter? That's a spit in God's face. That is a spit in God's face to just date someone and just to use someone for fun. If you're casually dating someone, if you're dating someone just for fun, just because you like them and not having your eyes in marriage, I'm not saying you have to marry a person in a year from now or tomorrow. I'm saying if you don't have your eyes set on marriage, why are you dating them? What is the purpose of it? There is no purpose of it. And if there is purpose, it's shallow. It's important to discern because when we date, we're here to date for marriage. That's it. Nothing else. It's very, very simple. We're here to date for marriage. So how do we discern? I'm going to give you the most simplest way to discern. 1, pray to God. Put the relationship or the girl you're thinking about dating into God's hands. He knows better. Let it be God's will and not mine. It's a saying I constantly tell myself because He knows things that I don't. He sees her inner thoughts, the thoughts that I can't see. Put it in God's hands. And 2, just sit down with yourself. See what you value. Does it match? And you'll know very, very quickly if your values align or not. It's not very hard to tell. There's going to be a point in time where you get this gut instinct that this woman is taking you away from your God-given mission. And when you hear that gut instinct, don't ignore it. That's God. That's God trying to intervene in your life, trying to guide you. And you have 2 options. You would accept it and accept God's calling for your mission, or you don't. And you delay it, and you refuse to become the man God has called you to be. What would the masculine Catholic man do? Would he just casually date, going with the flow, hoping that the girl one day becomes wife quality? Or would he try to find wife quality in a woman, try to find nurturing character, try to find kindness, try to find a love of God? When you're dating, you're not dating to find a girlfriend. You're dating for the mother of your children. I'll tell you this. 1, leave it in God's hands. And the way you can do that is by praying a very simple prayer that goes along the lines of, God, I like this girl. I love this girl. I'm thinking about talking to this girl. But I leave her in your hands. If it is your will, then let us stay together. If not, then I'll let it go. It's as very simple as that. Give up your problems. Give up. You're not God. Give up. And He knows better than you. And He will give you the woman. If it is your call to the vocation of marriage, He will give you that woman you've always dreamed of. If you trust in Him. I know it's going to be hard. I've been there. I've been there myself. But it is true. God gives you a better woman. God listens to our prayers. And He loves us. And He wants us to be whole. So trust in Him to do so. It's simple. Pray to Him. Listen to your gut instinct. And sit down with yourself. And see, what do you actually value? Is this a woman that matches my values? Is this a woman that could be my future wife? That could be the mother of my children? Of course, be attracted to the girl. You need the attraction to pursue those deeper things and that ultimate goal of covenantal marriage. But also to look at those deeper questions. And I warn you, because the woman you choose is the single most important decision of your life. I cannot emphasize that. This is the woman that will be by your side through thick and thin, through your mission, through everything. This is the girl you have to choose. So you have to be very careful of who you choose. Don't take this lightly. Do not take this lightly. Having a godly woman is a blessing. It is a blessing to have a godly woman. It fills your life. She gives you peace. A woman who puts God above everything else is a woman that should be feared by all. Is a woman that should be adored and praised by all. If she has a love for God above anything else, take her. That is a woman you want. And there are women out there. And I'm going to say it very straightforward. You do not look for her. You're looking in the wrong places. You're looking at parties. You're looking at clubs. You're looking at anything else, social media, anything else where godly women aren't. Sure, there might be people who believe in God in these places, but everyone at this point believes in God. It's not about if you believe in God. It's about if you obey God. Those are two very different things. A lot of people believe in God, but there are very few people who obey God, who submit to God, who put God as number one. That is the woman you want. That is a woman that will be by your side through thick and thin. That is a woman that will sleep under a bridge for you if it came to it. And when you succeed, that is the type of woman that will look at you in awe and love you for your hard work. Is that not what we want? Is that not what we want? The type of woman that is so nurturing that she will make sure our kids never feel unloved. That's the woman we want. And that's why it's important to discern now. Not before it gets too late. Not before when you're too old and you're struggling to find a girl and you're in desperation mode. No, it's now. We're planners. We're people who are planners. We're people who are hardworking. We plan for this. We work towards it. It's a skill. It is our duty. It is our duty to get a godly woman. Think about it. In the United States, 50% of all marriages get divorced. You and me, one of us is going to get a divorce. And that number significantly decreases with a Christian couple, and even more decreases, like even dramatically decreases with a couple who regularly attends church, who believes in the sacraments, who engages in the sacraments. That number drops dramatically. Do you want to live in a family where your wife is unloved, where you're unloved, where it's a burden to go to your house? You've probably seen people like that. You've probably seen families like that. You've probably seen your friends who have divorced parents. Or maybe you're the person who experienced that, who experienced the unlove of a divorce. We've seen what happens in divorce. We see how not only families are affected, the people around, friends, loved ones, but also society. Society is affected by divorce, so it's your moral duty. It is your duty to love your wife, to love your children, to find someone who will love your children and God more than she loves you. And if you don't, how do you think you'll feel? How do you think your children will feel about the faith and about you? Do you really think they're going to stay in the faith? Do you really think they're going to believe in God when they see their parents constantly fighting, when they see other families constantly fighting, constantly getting into divorce? Do you think they're going to believe in love? Or what do you think they're going to do? What do most kids do when they're lost? Drugs. Meaningless world, meaningless sex, meaningless relationships. It is a domino effect, and it starts with you. It starts with your duty to God. And if you don't, at the end of the day, you can choose not to, right? But I guarantee you, you're going to be miserable. I guarantee you, you will never live the life you dreamed of. And if you do, if you get the monetary success, if you get the external success, there will always be something missing here. There will always be something missing there. And you'll never know why. You're going to have the life you always dreamed of. It is right there in reach. All you have to do is discern. Discern God's calling. Discern what He has called you to do. Let be God's will now.